It's ace match time here at RageQuitTV against Stephano and TSL.Inori. It is a PVZ on Shakuras Plateau, and this is the first map that I can't say either side has a complete advantage over one another at the start of the game. Shakuras map has been around forever because, well, it is relatively balanced. The map advantage does swing both ways based upon when the game is being played. I really don't know who has the advantage in ZVP. I would give it to Stephano just because it's Stephano. And Inori, he is a good Protoss player, but he is not one of the best. And Stephano, he is one of the best Zerg players, so I would have to give this one to Stephano in the early game advantage. But we'll see exactly what ends up happening. Inori did show us a really cool DT rush last game, which would be very hard to scout just because the gas timing on his third base was just odd. And on that one map, it's not like you're really going to get a scout off on the main to see those double gases at that timing. So Inori does pick a very good build for the map he did play on. And right now I'm drawing a blank at the map name. That's why I'm calling it that map. You know what it is, but some reason I don't. We will be just seeing exactly how both these players open up. Stephano, 15 pool, 15 hatch. That is what he likes. We'll see if Inori this game can end up blocking Stephano's hatch. But Inori is not one of those Protoss players that really enjoys blocking the hatch. And that's kind of different than a lot of Protoss players. When you block the hatch, though, you do delay your own build. Yes, you can build a lot of stuff and delay it. Like, you could cannon rush, build a cannon, and if it looks like he's going to defend it, you can cancel it and get like 75% of your minerals back. But what you can't get is all those minerals you were floating. So when you cancel cannons, say you were building 2, you cancel them both, yes, you get like 200 out of 300 of those minerals back, probably a little bit more, probably around like 226 out of those 300. But what you do lose is while those 2 cannons were building, you are floating 300 minerals. So Inori, he could build the pylon to delay this hatch and then cancel it when he gets his nexus down, but while he was building that pylon, he is delaying his nexus. So it does deal damage to both sides, and whenever that type of situation happens, when you accept damage to deal damage, that kind of makes the game go very unpredictable. You just add another variable because you could never be 100% sure how much damage you did to your opponent. So when you don't harass them at all, it's kind of like the control. You know what they're going to have, when they're going to have it. You know when they're going to attack. They also know when your things are going to be attacking. But it's more like a by-the-books game. And Inori right now, he wants to play this by the book. So he doesn't try to block this one hatch. Stephano, he probably has more experience dealing with a Protoss delaying his hatch than the Protoss has delaying the Zerg's hatch, if that makes sense. So Stephano in that situation probably has a little bit more experience, and Inori sneaking one probe out right now as this probe did go in, and that was definitely a sneaky move. I don't think that those Zerglings saw this probe. And now, is he going to go in the natural? If he does, that would be a mistake. Don't get this spotted! Aw. So Stephano does end up seeing that one probe, so he knows there's a probe out on the map, which means he should have his guard up as the probe now going to be going to the third base. Going to go to this high ground, and will he end up cannon rushing it? Just going to be sitting in the middle right here. And he's probably going to the middle because a lot of Zerg players, they go up here, they scout the perimeter, and then leave. I don't see many Zerg players scout the entire area. They just go to the perimeter, see no buildings. Okay, I'm good. They don't scout right here, so this probe may actually not get spotted if Stephano goes to scout. I thought that was a Ling going to run around the edges, but that was just a Queen going up to start the vomit. And Inori not cannon rushing. This is a little bit odd. He is throwing up a lot more gateways and does have the third gas right here. And this is a little bit of a mind game in itself. Right now, Stephano, he may be thinking like Void Ray play because this gas is timed to be like Stargate. That's what that gas is timed to look like. It's looking like, okay, you're on 3 gases. It's probably going to be Stargate play. It's probably not going to be this gateway heavy rush. Stephano doesn't see the forge even spinning. So this 3rd gas probably giving him a little bit of false information. The Overlord, though, does see this pylon. And Stephano has a few links coming, but Inori with 2 Zealots and this Stalker gonna be protecting the pylon. And Stephano in danger of losing this 3rd base. 22 lanes on the way with 3 Roaches. And this looks like it has definitely caught Stephano off guard. We do have 4 gates finishing with 2 more now just finishing. Maybe that was 5 gates with 2 more finishing. He's either at 6 or 7 gates right now. More Zealots coming in. And their Stalkers just staying behind those Zealots right now. And those Lings can't get a good surround on them. Those Zealots just doing so much damage. And now 73 supply for Stephano, 57 for Inori, but going into this army supply, wow, it's 41 to 37. There's no way Stephano can hold this, right, guys? This would be an absolute astonishing hold if Stephano manages to pull it off. Some nice micro from these Roaches and Queens. And now with this cannon on the high gun, another pylon. Stephano gonna be backing off. And what that little micro did with these Roaches and Queens, not only did it kind of put him behind these minerals that may have not been good, but it pulled these units that were right here over right here, which meant the lava right here could get out safely. So that means he saved a lot of his lava. That meant a lot of his units did make it down here safely. And that is definitely one of the big things that could possibly come to Stephano defending this. If he can, their spine callers trying so hard to get up. Queen is microing around. Their Zealots were chasing it. The Queen just slightly faster on creep. Their spine callers complete. They all have near full HP. I think Stephano has done it and held Inori right here. And that was a beautiful hold, and that was such a good call. Screw it. Take my hatch. You're on 2 base. I'm on 2 base. It's all good, man. More Ling's gonna be coming out. Roach Ling against this Zealot Stalker, but Stephano has the spine caller advantage. I can't really say defender's advantage because Inori, he can whoop in very close to the battle as well. Some micro on these Stalkers as they get back. Very nice on those Stalkers, not stopping the ones in the front, just letting those run. We'll see if he does it again. If these back ones, yeah, only stopping the front, so the front gets shots off. The back try to keep on moving. And that's like Hellion micro on Stalkers. Inori does make it all the way back home. 87 supply to 65 supply. Stephano still has to kill this one cannon, but not the biggest of deal. We do have Inori getting a robo facility up right now. And how many gates was he on? Quite a bit. That is 8 gates that Inori has to 2 bases. And he's going for the robo facility, so I don't know if I like that. Probably could have done with 1 less gate or 2 less gates, but we'll see exactly how this one does pan out. Observer being built before an Immortal. Realizes he's probably done enough damage where Stephano can't do any crazy just counter attack. So he's safe getting that Observer, trying to see what Stephano's doing to make sure he doesn't just counter himself. If Stephano's going for like a Spire, this Robo Bay wouldn't be good. But Stephano not known for Spire play. He is known for his Infestor play, so this Robo Bay, very good. Roach is going to be coming in with sentries and all these cannons and Stalkers. They are not going to be doing a thing immediately. Just back on off, and Stephano probably should be taking another base relatively shortly as his 3rd base does go up. We'll see if he ends up taking another one or just starts building some units. Does have a macro hatch, so maybe the macro hatch is, instead of going up on another base, the macro hatch allows him to build, let's say each hatch, 1 production from each hatch is, let's say 5 lava. I know it's probably like 7, but that allows him to build 15, 20 drones at one time with just 1 drone pump. So with this macro hatch and 3 other bases, he can saturate this very fast. And then when time comes to build his 4th, 1 drone pump, that base can be fully saturated. Stephano can be pulling 1 of those spine crawlers back at home to deal with any type of warp prism harassment. And the overload that was here looks like it's died. So Stephano has got a scout on. Did end up seeing the Robo Bay with the overload. I missed it doing its suicide run, but it did see the Robo Bay completely finished. And Stephano may be thinking that could be like warp prism speed. You never know what it is. Warp prism speed has become more common, but the Stalkers just going to be utilizing Blink with an Observer, getting into that one area, trying to get to a spot where they can just leave, but the Lings getting there just in time, and these Stalkers going to be going down very quickly. Stalkers going to try to pick off what they can. That Overload lives with 1 volley left, and the Stalkers go down. Stephano, 136 to 94 supply right now. This Stalker up to 3 kills, upgrades 2-0 versus 1-0. Stephano getting +1 melee attack, while Protoss getting +3 ground attack with a Colossus on the way. And he's already got 1, going to be going up on his 3rd base. And this is what you can't do on Daybreak. You can't take your 3rd base this easily. So, Shakuras Plateau definitely balanced. Protoss has no problem taking a 3rd base. Stephano, I think, probably should have taken his 4th base a long time ago. And, why should have taken his 3rd base a long time ago, you ask? Because, well, he did end up scouting this Robo Bay. I'm not sure if he saw it just finishing. If he saw it building and finishing, then he knows, okay, I probably have at least 3 minutes until the Protoss gets enough Colossus where he's comfortable about moving out with a large enough army to kill me. So, in that 3 minutes, I can get my hatch up and get it saturated and have it actually producing units in order to make up for any lost time. At least that is how I view it. And of course, my analysis, generally off. Stephano is the best Zerg foreigner around. There is no question in my mind about that. But just from my observation, that is just how I would end up playing this. And again, that drone thing last game, that analysis, 100% off the top of my head. Don't fault me. Stephano now going to be taking that 4th base. But Inori, he's kind of getting that Colossus count where he's comfortable at moving out. So this base isn't going to have any time to be beneficial. This base gets up, you put all your drones on it, possibly the worst timing ever because you just put all that econ in getting the base saturated, don't have time to build units out of that base, and the Protoss attacks. That is the worst possible time. So getting that base right now is setting Stephano up for a timing, but he has to. He can't engage 3 base Protoss versus 3 base Zerg. He has no other option to do. So getting this base really late, not the best call. You see, drones literally just going on it. 4th Colossus coming out, so Inori is going to be moving. The 4th Colossus will join it. Stephano getting a Spire as he gets a lair. Already has 1 Spire, so that one is going to be for the greater Spire. And he's getting upgrades right now. That +1 air attack is on the way. Big Fong Girth going down on a handful of units. But is it going to be enough? Still plenty of Spine Cores. Another big Fong Girth does go down. More force fields, keeping those roaches as far away as possible. And a lot of those Corruptors did go down, unless he only had 2 to start that off. I don't believe he did. And now Inori going to be going in this one area away from those Spine Crawlers. But there's even more. And some Spine Crawlers are going to be reburning behind those. So Stephano doing a great job at that, but the Corruptor count just isn't high enough. And those Spines are going to be falling. Stalkers relatively low on life after all those fungals, but they can pull back. Their shields will regenerate faster than those Infestors will regenerate energy. You can just look at that, go up. And this energy. 1, 2. And now already halfway. So for us, definitely did the good thing about moving back. We do have engaging yet again. 1 Colossus did fall. Looks like the second one will and the third at pretty much the same time. But Inori still has a huge ground force. But Stephano has a larger one at 75. However, Inori does have the upgrade advantage. 3-1 versus 1-1 with these Immortals here. He is just picking off those spine crawlers so easily. Big blink up. Those infestors do fall, and Stephano in a little bit of trouble now. As the stalkers do come, another blink, taking out a lot of units. There's Jones and Queen are trying to get away, but Inori is not letting that happen. That hatch immediately falls, and now he's going to start splitting up his units, coming down here with his reinforcements to go at the natural, while that small handful clean up the third base. And it looks like Stephano is going to get eliminated from MLG right here. But those infestors, great fungals, it doesn't last. Big blink up, congratulations, good luck. And again, I think a lot of that game, Stephano, no doubt in my mind, was ahead after holding off all that aggression. But let's see when that Overlord scouted this. What he sees by the scout. Because that is huge. So it's around the 14-minute. He goes in. Gets a changing off. That does die. Nice job. And now Inori, after the Overseer goes down, he starts researching Thermal Lance. But, in all honesty, best case scenario, this research only took 70 seconds to upgrade. So, do you think Inori could have done that 8-gate pressure, got blink, and Thermal Lance done around the 12-minute and 50-second mark when that Overseer saw that? No. Then there's no way. And of course, you don't have perfect chronos, so that would be around like the 12-minute mark. So Stephano probably should have known that just finished. And now he has around, let's see, each Colossus. How long does that take? 75 seconds. This takes 140. So you generally want 3 Colossus, possibly 4 when you do move out. Having 2, you're in danger of Corruptors targeting one down very fast. You not being able to kill the Corruptors in 1 Colossus isn't really that good. You really do want 2. So that's why you see like 3 or 4 Colossus before they move out. So at this point, seeing that, the Protoss is either going to be doing Warp Prism play, or he's going to be going into Colossus. If he's going into Colossus, then you know that you're safe taking a 4th base. And right here, I think Stephano may have been able to sneak that in. Maybe. But, yeah, we'll go in SC2 gears. Just my thoughts about what happened in that game. And we can show this now. And if at any point you disagree with what I say, let me know in the comments so I can learn. So, that would be awesome. If you guys actually have intelligent discussion in YouTube comments, that would be pretty darn cool. So, let's see. I don't know what to look at. 720.1 seconds. Probably missed 4 injects, I would say. Which, again, the snowball thing. 4 injects. That's a lot of units. 20 units, 20 lava that you just missed. It's a lot of lava. But, yep, I hope you enjoy the games. Take care, and I will see you tomorrow with Idra versus Inori, most likely. So, if you want to see any games from MLG, let me know in the comments, and I'll do my best to get them casted. Take care. See you tomorrow.